Gijima is a fully empowered South African ICT company with a price-to-earnings ratio of 6. In March this year, Gijima lost half of its multi-million-rand outsourcing contract with Absa after the bank decided to do some of the work in-house. Gijima has a market cap of 416 million rand. So, Craig, let's kick off with you because Gijima has had a lot of bad news over the past few years. We know the Home Affairs contract went sour, and of course that was a big blow for the company. And then again, we look at what happened in 2012, and we look at the loss of this contract. So bad news all round.
Yeah, I think the contract was called Who Am I Online at Home Affairs, and that's an apt question to ask about Gijima at the moment, because to a large degree that contract was a large part of the revenue. They have been servicing Absa for years, and that was renewed before. So it's a lot of bad news that's come through. I also think it's not bad news for the Lions rugby team as a side note, but there certainly is some concern in terms of where they're going to see growth.
Paul.
Yeah, what Craig's referring to is Robert Gumede, the executive chairman, was one of the members of the consortium looking to take a stake in the Lions, which then fell through. Maybe it wasn't a bad thing that it fell through. But this is the old AST Abraxas business, which was in fact born out of the consolidation of some outsourced IT teams, including the one that was at Absa. So long-standing relationships, also incorporated elements of the state-owned company. So, yeah, a little bit small now, and it is a concern. But, you know, everything we've said earlier about all of these other companies remains true here. It all comes down to the relationships that they have. So if they can pull off one or two, if the CEO, Jonas Bogoshi, can, like, you know, pick up a few and keep things moving, there's no reason why it couldn't do well in future.
And, Craig, this just kind of proves as well that if you've got too much exposure to, you know, a few clients, then obviously this puts you at very big risk. And this has been proved with Gijima over the past few years.
Yeah, look, what's quite nice about it, even though they've lost those contracts, it's a very flexible operation. A lot of the employees are contractors, and so they don't carry those overheads when those contracts come to an end. They simply terminate the headcount, you know, through a labour broker type arrangement. So they're able to curb costs, and so if they can get contracts back again, it's not a disaster story. And I think there has been all the bad news hopefully has come out. I mean, they've had big write-offs on the Who Am I Online, and so you know, it's kind of a clean slate now. Let's wait and see what they pick up. But the problem is when you lose talent, they're very quick to be snapped up by opposition.
Absolutely. Okay, Craig, so hot or not for you?
Currently, I'd have to say not hot. I don't think they're going to make it out in the short term.
No, bouncing around, you know, between 45 and 70 cents is the trading range this year. Not getting a lot of love from the market, illiquidity concerns. So unless you really knew something about the company and their, you know, immediate prospects, I'd definitely avoid.
Have the French and French and Greek elections actually put a dampener on your moods today, gentlemen? Because all I'm hearing is just absolutely not hot for any stock that we've discussed thus far this evening.
Talking about the Greek elections,
yes.
They bought an operation in Turkey. So, but yeah, possibly subconsciously that's got an issue with Gijima.